Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations, Part 1. Part 2 is going to be over on Sarah's awesome channel, which is grown dramatically since last time we saw it because of your epic, timely
No,
Conquest video.
I just did it on a whim.
Yeah, and now your channel's like the biggest out there.
No.
Oh, right. But it actually has grown substantially, which is what she said. But
Yeah, she did say that. Um,
she says weird things like that.
yeah, it's a weird thing. I mean, Conquest is coming, so
Yeah, but it's
yeah.
very not dissimilar to winter.
No, not at all.
Yeah, people say things like winter is coming because they're dreading it.
Hmm.
I feel like conquest is coming is actually a thing people would say.
Yeah, because they dread it. They think the sky is falling.
You don't think it's falling?
No.
You wouldn't. Which is actually good. Anyways, I mean, I actually really appreciate your positive take on it. I don't love Conquest, but I think the doom and gloom. I mean, I've even had to fight it a little bit of just like, can we stop with the people like all of you can't even possibly get red crate if you don't have relic inquisitors because there's so many feats that require
Hmm.
inquisitors, and I'm like, well, like at least one of them is so doable of like applying purge. Like sure, you have to throw some gear on them, you can't just accomplish it with level 1 characters, but you could do that. Like I'm not saying for sure you can get red crate, but the doom and gloom, the immediate snap reaction to it has
Hmm.
really irked me actually.
And it's not even applying purge, by the way. It's attempt to
Oh
apply
right,
purge.
sure.
So if it doesn't land, it still counts.
So I guess my question, real, if you do you know, what if you passively apply it? Like if the, I think that there's one kit where it's like if they hit you, then they
Hmm.
get it. Like would that count as you attempting to apply it? Do you know?
I don't know actually. I would assume it would count because it's being applied. I would assume that would count.
Well, but it's like not your action; it's their action that's causing it, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just curious. It's not a
I don't know.
big deal. So anyways, I always ask you this, Sarah. What are we doing for the show today? What have we
Ooh.
got for people?
Um so there's news other than Conquest that they posted today. We've got a character review, speed GAC because people have spoken and they do like it.
They do.
So
Some people.
yeah,
Most
speed
people.
yeah, speed GAC staying. And then although I did get a really good suggestion, I should have told you this before we started recording. Uh,
All right. Yeah, just go for it.
that we should just like cut it off at the 1 minute, and whoever gets further into the recap wins.
Hmm.
Just keep a tally.
Oh, so we have to actually like keep track of like, okay, so I've lost like 5 in a row.
It'll be great because with your memory, I'll just win.
I mean, for all I know, we've already instituted that rule. So
Yeah. Anyway, so CJC viewer questions, roster roast, and pack review, and we're gonna review 3 packs today
oh yeah, because it's May the
because
4th.
it's May the 4th. So these might be longer than usual episodes.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have another "that's what she said" moment with the.
Oh, sorry,
But you said episode, so we're safe. We're safe.
I did.
Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Thank goodness. So, um, there was actually a ton of new stuff. Like we talked about last crate. There's a ton of new things coming out. What are your thoughts on just like, I don't know, just pick one. What's something interesting that was just released, or the information that was released?
Um, I mean, they gave us all the May the 4th info. Well, not all of it. They gave most of it. What we're gonna
Okay.
get in like the in the little prize is the wrong word. Gift bundle that they give us of free stuff. Double drops. All of the double drops. I don't know. What?
Can I express my vast disappointment actually in the list of things that they're going to give us?
You may go on. Tell me more.
Okay, so in the past, they have given us a full Zeta. That was in the distant past, and then they've kind of cheapened themselves and like given us only like 15 Zeta Mats or 10 or whatever. And I don't care about the Zetas anymore. Like that's a material that I have, I'm doing well on all my accounts, by design on their end. But I thought mistakenly that maybe we would get some Omicrons, and I wanted more than zero.
We do get
Okay.
an Omicron.
Okay, we get one at the end of the calendar for the bonus. Yay, okay, cool.
We get one.
Yeah, we get 1/20th of an Omicron is what we get.
Yep. We're 5% of the way there.
Okay, so I apologize for saying zero, Sarah. I know that your Canadian math is superior to mine, so.
No, I agree. I am curious because it doesn't say how much, like how many Zeta Mats we get, how much, like mod slicers, it doesn't say which ones, how many, like all that kind of stuff. And I didn't see a data mine of it, so I don't think it's actually, I don't know, there yet. I'm just curious how many they're giving us. Like, are we getting a full Zeta again? Because I almost feel like that would be worse if we didn't get a full Zeta and we're only getting one Omicron.
Yeah. Like one Omicron mat or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they've listed all of these bundles and whatever that are going to be for sale.
Which the 25% bundles are very nice for the crystals.
True.
And stuff.
But I want to know what's in them.
Sure. Well, they'll let us know.
I'm sure they'll post everything tomorrow on actual May the 4th.
Credit where it's due. Their pop-ups work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, when people are always like, hey, this update's not going to work, like people are pessimistic about it. I'm like, you know what? Whatever update it was, that they made sure that they did a pop-up. Mm-hmm. Every single time I entered any part of the, game, that they'd give us, that when I exited it, they'd give us another pop-up for one that we haven't seen. Like, they made sure that has worked so consistently.
I wish, can I just say about that? I wish there was a way, and I don't know much about coding. I know a little bit, but not enough. Because I've been getting the pop-ups for those Galactic Legend chase bundles, right? That they've been pushing. And I'm like, why are you showing me one for a Galactic Legend I already have? You should be showing me only the one for Lord Vader. Don't show me the other 5, because I already have them.
Oh, they showed them to me too. I have all 6.
That's what I mean, though. Like, just don't, like, that's... What? Just no.
Yeah, that I was being the most facetious ever, by the way. Like okay, just making sure, because you're like, I have a counterpoint. I'm like, oh.
No. Your facetiousness crossed the border to Canada. It arrived. Well, I got it.
Okay, well, good.
But,
now you're a fascist as well.
But I just wanted the pack to be like tailored to my account, and it was annoying that it wasn't.
I love that you. It's almost like so you know how like your phones listen to you, and then you go to a website that has ads, and it's like, I was just talking about like purses with flowers on them, and then like there's a purse with flowers on them. Hey, for sale, like it's super creepy, and so it's like using your personal information, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is almost an invasion of privacy, like, but then you're like, so ideally CG is going to take my information, my personal information, and tailor their ads for what I want and need.
You have to understand, I am the person that literally holds her phone up and is like, please show me the ad for the Star Wars shirt of the droids walking across Ivy Lane. Please show me the ad, like over and until it happens, and then I buy the shirt.
Okay, well, there's no room for me to explore that conversation further. That's not something we need to discuss. So, um, what do you think of Darth Malgus,
Oh
Senior
man,
Malgus?
I am really excited for Darth Malgus. Like really excited for him.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So is my alt.
So is your alt. I know. I'm pretty pumped for your alt as well.
Yeah, I'm. What I'm pumped for is all the different like passive aggressive, like almost like extortion threats that I'm going to be getting over the course of these 3 months of like, if you if you don't help me in fleets, no.
Hey, I did my last fleet one. You
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. I did a burner fleet by myself. It worked perfectly. Like exact. It was so smooth. Everything.
Well,
You would be so proud.
I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you don't need to use me for fleets anymore. You've got it down. So.
No.
Yeah, me either.
Don't get crazy here. Oh man.
But
What did you think? Okay, well, sorry. So what do you think about Malgus? Because this is like he's a Grand Arena character, and Grand Arena
yeah.
is you know your conquest and territory battles. So
Well, so I mean, he looks like the next Star Killer. I mean,
mm-hmm.
he'll kill Galactic Legends. I'm guessing
Mm-hmm.
at least a limited quantity. I mean, Star Killer kills everyone but Jedi Master Kenobi. In fact, like
Mm-hmm.
even Lord Vader, if you'd bring the right comp. And so I don't know if Malgus is going to be quite that dominant. He looks ridiculously good. I think the thing that is the most of most import to me is okay. So they did it again. They had a new character that they're releasing that has three Omicrons for one game mode, which Malgus looks like he'll be good in territory wars and stuff as well. But I mean, GAC is just going to be ludicrous. And so the thing that I've like instead of being in awe of Malgus because we have 3 months to get excited and hyped,
Mm-hmm.
instead I'm thinking, what's the deal with the Grand Inquisitor? Like, is he going to actually be relevant to GAC? Because like for instance, Scion of Django just kind of isn't. Like my alt has him unlocked because of you and you're awesome.
Right.
Uh, However, I don't even have him leveled or geared at all because it would be a waste of gear for me to do
Right.
that like in GAC, and I don't care about him in territory wars yet. I actually probably should get him moved up a little bit in priority. I could make a difference.
He is fun in territory wars.
Yeah, he's fine, but I guess the thing is, I will the Grand Inquisitor actually be of any use, or is all this hype and all of the soft whaling I've done and everything for the Inquisitors, is it going to be a total waste?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Well, and like so, that's a really great point that you brought that up because they also announced, they didn't say when specifically, but they gave a rough idea of when the Grand Inquisitor is coming today as well.
I love how vague it was and how specific at the same time. Like, this is the most specific they've ever been about a character like this.
Yeah, it's sometime in June, towards the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which, honestly,
awesome.
that's hugely helpful, in fact. Because I was sure it was going to be... I was like, they're either going to release the kit on May the 4th, or they're going to, like, start the event on May the 4th. Like, I was convinced for a while. Clearly, they're not doing that, but... Like, my perception of when it was coming, uh, it was way different than when it actually is. And I'm surprised that CG is telling us so far in advance, frankly.
Yeah, it is really far in advance. So, but honestly, I think it was kind of smart of them because we have that Inquisitor calendar that's only available for like another 6 days to buy. And if you didn't think you were going to have enough time to chase after him, because his event was going to start tomorrow, you're not going to get the calendar,
It's a good point.
right? So now if you're like, I'll probably have enough time, get the calendar.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, maybe my alt will get it. Probably not, but we'll see. Yeah, so it's what else? Like I feel like there's been a few other things that have been discussed and released. Conquest is
Conquest.
we and we should actually mention it. I mean, I don't love Conquest, but it is a really important part of the game, whether you love it or not. What are your thoughts on how like do you think that the feats are reasonable? Do you think is this more grindy than other times? Like how difficulty level, how does it compare to Tie Interceptor,
Oh,
Conquest?
the tie interceptor conquest was a walk in the park compared to past conquests. Like that
Mm-hmm.
was a very easy conquest. I think I'm trying to remember, and I should have done this beforehand. I should have looked at the feats when we had the scoundrel and bounty hunter global feats. Because I always do those global feats. I have to skip other ones based off how my roster is built. So I think it might be a little bit grindier. It's going to be a lot harder to cheese because a lot of the feats where you want to get um, kills, for example, are dark side characters, and the easiest way to cheese that is to have Jedi Master Luke as your lead and use him to call everyone for the kill, and they deal ridiculous damage because of his leadership. Um, but we can't do that this time. So I think we're just gonna have to be more creative. I'm saying this right now. It's still doable to get Red Crate without strong Inquisitors.
So
It's gonna
guys,
be harder, but it's doable.
so guys, go follow Sarah's channel. When you're done, we're done here. But there'll be a link in the video description and stuff. Follow, sub her on YouTube. She's gonna have all the solutions.
I'm gonna try to.
Well,
I already know which ones I'm skipping as somebody who has 3-star Inquisitors and no Star Killer, because there's a Star Killer feat as well.
that's a small one, right? It's just like
It's a
a
small one. It's only 2 points, but it is there. So if you don't have him, you're going to have to skip him, and that does eat into your wiggle room. So
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to 3-star more things.
yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah. So what is there anything else that happened with the? I feel like there's more. The fifth brother was released. That
Right?
no one cares, but
No one cares. Oh yeah, and then they gave them all their shared unique, right,
yeah.
missions. So
Mm-hmm.
they all have that lovely, based off who they are. There's something that's different for all of them, but there is a part of it that is shared. So essentially, when you attack them out of turn, you're gonna be getting purge.
Oh yeah. Tell me what you're thinking about 3v3. Do you have any more thoughts?
I mean, I need to I need to study.
It's
Those are
not
my
it's not
thoughts.
Wheel of Time.
It's not
you
Wheel
don't
of
have
Time.
to. You don't
Um,
necessarily have to have thoughts about it.
I, I think I need to do some studying on 3v3. I actually am excited for it, and I know 3v3 is going to completely turn my brain on its head, probably for the first. I'm gonna say it's gonna take me about a week and a half to get acclimatized to it. At
That's
least a
fair.
week.
Acclimated,
Yeah.
acclimatized. That sounds Canadian. You're
Yeah.
good. Never mind. 3v3 is gonna be a total gong show.
See, it's already ruining my brain. Um, yeah, no, I don't know. It's been so long since I focused on 3v3. I'm not gonna know what to do. The last time 3v3 happened, I'm pretty sure I auto. No, actually, I didn't auto deploy the last time of 3v3, but maybe the time before that.
It's fair. I mean, it is intimidating. I think like it's intimidating to me because I'm gonna have to create loadouts for all three of my accounts, and
Right.
even as I'm excited about it, I'm ranked really high right now on the leaderboard, and so all the people I'm gonna be facing are going to have a really high natural skill level. There's not wiggle room. I'm gonna be like, that was a disaster, and it probably cost us the match because the guy I'm facing doesn't make many mistakes.
Well, and so this is the thing for you, because you are so high, you're gonna have that. I think for me, I'm gonna see like absolute chaos.
You are. Yep.
I'm gonna see a mix of everything. I'm gonna see people who
Mm-hmm.
do not give a F, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna see people who are trying really hard, and I'm gonna see middle of the road, and it's just gonna be a wild ride.
So, can I give you one piece of advice here for everyone? Generalized advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so in general, you want to keep Galactic Legends for offense. I'm not
Right.
saying all GLs all the time. You're probably going to need to play some on defense, but they're your most versatile, they're your get out of jail free cards, and they can efficiently beat other Galactic Legends if you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know how to do it, I mean, there's actually in my video description there's a link to my counter sheet that you guys can watch the actual video of how I've done it in the past. So there are resources to be able to figure that out. There's also like you want to keep them for offense. You also want to keep characters that could potentially solo things. So like if you have a Relic Nest, for instance, or Malik,
Mm-hmm.
is also really good because there's some defensive comps that are like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything that like my Jedi Knight Luke can't beat this weird clone team, but a solo Malak just gets a 56 on it or whatever the new score is going to be.
Right.
Did it
Okay.
so generalized advice. I don't need to give you more. Um, would you like to give us some generalized advice on how to frown?
No, I would not. So rude.
Oh man, right before we started recording, she was frowning so big. And I was like trying to frown, like copy it, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm frowning like you." She's like, "I don't know how to frown."
I don't know how to frown. It didn't happen.
So funny. Yeah, she was
No, man.
like trying to curve her, like you curve your the tips of your whatever your the
I
outside of
didn't
your mouth
even
down.
I didn't even realize I was doing it. What were we even
Hmm.
talking about that would make me frown?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe you were trying to concentrate. I don't know. You frowned in concentration. It's like a literary device, but
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
you're not going to try?
No.
Okay. Let's do a character review then.
We'll see. Maybe I'll frown next episode.
I doubt I'll say anything that would make you frown.
We'll see.
Let's talk about Anakin here.
All right.
All right, so we're in the game now. You should
Mm-hmm.
know. So Jedi Knight Anakin, what do you like about him?
He hits hard.
Oh, okay.
I like his bonus turn. He seems like okay. So this is actually what I like about him. He's one of the older characters in the game, and his
Hmm.
kit is still not his kit, but just like using him and going against him is still really like tricky to maneuver. Like I forgot last week about triggering his bonus turn, and I triggered him by accident. I was like, "Oops!" And there went my team. Like,
So sorry. That was probably not kind of me.
but it's true. Like it's just like one of those things where you're like, "Oh yeah, you do this," and like
Right.
you wanna not kill Ahsoka first before he's there. Like all of these little things that interact with him that you can forget about.
Yeah,
That
I like
make
that
him really cool.
he forces you to do certain things that you wouldn't otherwise do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like you want to try to not. And when I say trigger for people who don't know, I mean he takes his bonus turn when you knock someone below what half health, 50%,
Yeah, 50% health. Yeah.
right? Yeah, 50%, or they're defeated. Either way, he's gonna take a
Mm-hmm.
bonus turn. So you kind
Yeah.
of don't want to do that with him there.
I like putting my Kit Fisto, like Kit Fisto being like gear one or something like that,
You
with
would.
him. Well, with Qui Gon because Kit Fisto doesn't die under Qui Gon, like so
Hmm.
they'll do damage to him, but he'll instantly go under 50% and instantly give Anakin another turn.
Right.
So it's kind of just a sneaky way to get extra attacks with Anakin. So, not to throw you under the bus here too much here, Sarah.
You can.
Well, so the 6E mods are very really important for him
They
actually,
are. They
um,
are.
because they're off. They should be offense for the most part. Maybe a crit damage triangle would be fine.
I think mine are offense. I
And
don't know. I'm
then
scared to look at them now.
yeah, you there. Oh, you don't have to throw yourself under the bus. It's fine. But and then the other thing is, so for ships, the 6E mods are really nice because they give
Mhm.
you extra damage in ships. And then I would highly recommend giving him his leadership. It's only 3 omegas, right?
Oh, because of his because for ships.
Yeah.
I'll do that right now.
Yeah, like that
I don't know why I didn't.
it's absolutely worthwhile in my opinion.
I must have thought it was a Zeta for some reason.
Oh, that's
And I
fair.
just ignored it.
No, it's not a big deal, but it certainly adds up. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like what the thing that's throwing me off is they so normally CG is like, hey, here's the prescribed squad, and for the most part, I'm like, yeah, that actually is the best squad. That's you're right. That hey, look at Jedi Master Kenobi and Cat. They're gonna go together. I'm like, no, I'm gonna use Cam instead, and they're like, no, Cat is 1,000 times better,
Mhm.
as you would say in Canada, a
A
thousand
thousand.
percent better.
1,000%.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but which actually almost works in this case. But like it is, Cat goes with Kenobi and all this stuff, but they reworked his kit to go with Padme,
Yeah.
and now he doesn't go with Padme, and it's messing with me.
Right. Because now, well, also like if you have if you have Kenobi, your Padme is kind of homeless now as well. Like she
Yeah,
either
I mean,
goes with Kenobi or she's just out in the abyss with some leftover clones.
her going with Kenobi is what makes this guy turn into Lord Vader.
Yeah, so now like most people put Anakin with Qui-Gon.
Yeah, which I mean, that makes a lot of sense in GAC to do that, and elsewhere. I mean, well, not elsewhere. Qui
Not
Gon is
elsewhere.
worthless everywhere else, but yeah, like he's kind of just been dislocated,
Mhm.
but I don't know. He's still pretty good. His ship's good. Um,
I actually use him quite a lot under Padme in Conquest.
oh, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
well, cool.
They are very fun in Conquest. They just steamroll.
That sounds fun.
Mhm.
Well, we're about out of time on this side, so you want to go over to your side
Oh boy.
for dessert? We get speed GAC, pack review, viewer questions, judgy hour.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot to fit into one episode.
It was almost a that's what she said.
Almost, not quite.
I need to stop looking for those. All right. So guys, go there should be a link. Go follow it to get to Sarah's channel. Give her a sub because you're going to need her conquest advice probably. And uh you know, then yeah. Before you go though, hit sub on mine too, please.
Yeah, do that first.
Yeah, and like it.
Right.
All right. Goodbye.